Hi guys and good morning. Welcome back to another video. A lot has happened between now and the last video I posted. We are now 10 weeks out. We're talking about other people today though, but we'll definitely be recording a lot this weekend. Lots of updates to come. I have a client's show day tomorrow and I'll probably be recording Sunday or Monday, just giving you an update about how I'm physically at because I've been sick. I traveled outside of the country. A lot has happened since the last check-in, our last video we did. But today it's about something completely different. Baking. I've gotten this a lot. I've gotten this request a million freaking times because if you follow me on Instagram, you know, probably TikTok too, probably on here too. I am a baking addict right now, okay? The last week since I've been, well, I was sick for a little bit. I was not able to bake as much, and then the week before I was traveling and I couldn't bake, and I've been itching to bake. Now, guess what we're baking today? You have like, take I guess in your brain, a single guess. Okay, you probably got it wrong. We're baking cake, a Biscoff cake. My client competes tomorrow, and I really feel like it would be absolutely amazing to make her kind of a baked good for post-show. I asked her, okay, if there's anything, like she got like one Buckeye brownie or something, but I was like, don't buy anything else. I want to make you something. So I just thought it would be really sweet to make her something for her post-show because she's worked so hard. So I was like, okay, girl, give me a genre. No, don't tell me what, but like a vibe, a flavor, like what would you prefer? She said she's never had Biscoff and that she feels like she would love it. So making a Biscoff cake. I did get the Biscoff Creamy Lotus. I had to order this off of Amazon, and then the Biscoff cookies as well. I will show you the inspo picture of what we're baking today. Obviously this is kind of like an all day ordeal, so I'm going to be like randomly clipping as I'm making things today, but I wanted to show y'all kind of the vibe of what we are going for. I'm going to show you. It's a Pinterest post. And it's going to be a little like 3-inch little tiered cake. And maybe I'll like ice on, hustle harder. You can't tell me that's not going to be so adorable. I am really excited. Okay. This is the vibe, besties, that we're going for. You see it, you get it. Okay. Let's get started. I have all the ingredients kind of laid out. I do have to go and meet her in like an hour. So I was thinking it would be really, really great right now to go ahead and just get the base layers made, and then that way they're cooling pretty much all day. I'm gonna have to ice it tonight because I do meet with her to do her makeup at like 6 a.m. tomorrow. But it seems pretty straightforward. I thought I would chat like basically about my coaching stuff and my clients and their preps and how they're making me feel recently and just the vibes I'm going for this year for my girls. And I thought that would just be like a much more fun kind of topic about how I don't know, about their journeys while we bake today. Okay, we're gonna start out with just the dry ingredients. I know this looks like box cakes mix. It's not, it's cake flour. Apparently it's better, and that's what the recipe recommends. So we are gonna do the dry ingredients right now. It's just the sugar, cake flour, baking powder, and salt. I either have like the pink sea salt, or I have these like flaky salt. We're gonna use the flaky salt today. But this is my first girl to step on stage for the season. I am just literally, I cannot explain how overjoyed I have been. This is maybe the 4th person that's done an in-person show, like a show in Virginia that I have been able to come to. And it's honestly such a, I can't even explain, like it's like such a mom moment to be able to have them compete like where I can be there. But at the same time, it's not that it motivates me. I can't even explain the word. I was talking to Faris about it yesterday. Just, I feel so proud. Yeah, literally, that's it. I just feel so freaking proud of them. And I feel like, you know, we've been, like most of these people, I meet them for the first time on their show day. And it's like, you've kind of killed them for this long. And then you see them in person, you're like, wow, like, these people, like, they did that. Like, she did that. And you meet their family, you meet their friends, you meet their siblings. And it just makes everything, you just so freaking proud of them, you know? Obviously, like, I'm proud of them all of prep, but when you see them get on stage, like, or getting into show day and just the work is done, it's just like, a breath of fresh air for me as a coach as well, to see that they made it to the end, and mainly when it's their first show, you know, they made it to the end and it's time to like enjoy it, you know? And if you think about it, most people that are doing shows, and probably y'all that are watching that like want to do a show or something like that, like it's a goal people have for a long freaking time. And so Aspen started with me, that's who's competing tomorrow. She started with me in September of 2022. Yeah, oh my gosh, long time. So a year and a half, and maybe a little bit later than that, but like I think it was like December 2022. So she's been with me a long time, at least a year before she started prepping with me. And so seeing her evolve, seeing a lot of my clients evolve, it's just like something I can just, you cannot compare the feeling. Literally, you feel like a mom. And so it's just super, super motivating for me as like even a competitor to, like, it makes my shit and my, the work I have to do at 10 weeks out feel a breeze, because I'm like focusing first so much on them, getting them on stage this weekend. But at the same time, you're like, I don't know, I'm reminded of what the finish line looks like, if that makes sense. Is this a half a cup or is this a full? I'm reminded what the finish line looks like, and it makes me overjoyed and excited for my own prep too. But anyway, so excited for her prep this weekend. And yeah, she's the first one of the season. I do have tons of girls competing in like group shows this year, which is, I'm finally like big enough as a coach to be able to do that, and I'm really excited. So I have like 3 or 4 shows that I'm gonna have groups of girls do. So that's exciting too. So we'll have like a whole crew, maybe get an Airbnb. Like that is just so freaking dope. I'm so scared that I'm gonna mess this up because I'm talking. But that is just like so dope to be able to have a show where like all those girls are together. I've never done a show with a coach there, so it's not like this is needed at all. But I kind of, sometimes I'm like, how have I never had, I guess I'm just very independent, I don't really care, but I've just never had kind of my coach present at my show. And obviously like my coach before was international, so it just wasn't an option. And then I haven't like competed yet with Brandon, so he hasn't been able, like, had the opportunity yet to come to a show. If I get one comment about all the water running in the background, it's my planter watering my basil. Anyways, but it's not that you need your coach there, but there's just such an amazing feeling with being like at a show and having first your coach there. There's not a single fucking worry. Like, I'll be doing a lot of my girls' makeup this year. I've been really practicing. It's just nice to have someone there that's like backing you the entire time versus like having to figure it out on your own on your show day. Not completely, but you know what I mean. And then also having like other girls there that are also on your team. It's just, there's nothing that compares. There's nothing that compares. And I'm super independent. Like, I've never really cared for that, but for first show ever, I think I would have really, really enjoyed this as an opportunity. So just being able to have all these girls, oh my God. Cookie butter. Oh God, so amazing. 1/3 cup of cookie butter, adding butter as well too. But basically having like a group and a crew there with you that's backing you and excited for you, and like y'all can go get post-show meal after. Like, it's just amazing. And so I never, like 2 years ago, I never would have thought that I would have been a big enough coach to be able to provide that opportunity for my girls, of us being able to be like, okay, like we want you to compete in the fall, like here's 2 or 3 shows that I'm gonna be at and I have other girls doing, and let's see what works best for your timeline. We have a couple options, you know? That is just so exciting to me. Like, I tear up thinking about it, that like I'm gonna have these group shows and have all these girls and they're gonna have matching robes, and like oh my God, so excited. And most of their group shows will be after my season's done, so we can eat together and just, I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, we're combining the dry ingredients in my KitchenAid, and then we're about to start adding wet ingredients. So I'm adding a plain Greek yogurt and a vegetable oil. But basically after all of that, I'll end with this, that I'm just so freaking grateful to be able to have learned all that I've learned and show up for my girls. And it's a never ending, like we're creating such an insane community. And I know y'all are gonna be able to see it, and I see it, and I see what we're building, and I'm just so excited. So, I don't just do prep, by the way, although I talk a lot of my prep clients. I would say I'm like 70% prep / wannabe prep people, and then 30% like lifestyle, cutting for the summer, cutting for weddings, want to grow muscle mass vibe. But all of my girls are people who would like to gain muscle mass and have goals. May that be even just get accountable, if that makes sense. But everybody wants to put on some muscle mass and to grow, and that is my expertise. But yeah, it's just nice to have like that community, have that group chat, people chatting and making friends and whatever. And then I think it'll be announced by the time. So obviously I've done a meetup with my girls and things like that to get my girls connected, but it'll be announced by now, so I'm gonna mention it. Hustle Harder is gonna start, like as a company, gonna start like, not city hopping, but like doing some like locations across the country that we are like meeting up with clients. I think we're going to Chicago in like 2 weeks, and like our clients and stuff are gonna be invited. I think they might post about it at one point for like other people can come and hang out with us too and work out with us. So I know something like that's coming, so look out for that. We're going to Chicago first. I'm not sure the other locations yet, but just we are definitely building something to be able to, I don't know, really connect, and that's exciting.
It's going now.
It's going in. We just put some vegetable oil and the Greek yogurt, but so we combine this, and then we'll add a couple more wet ingredients. I have milk, eggs, vanilla. We'll mix that all together, pour that into the pan, so I should preheat the oven. But I get asked a lot, like how let me take this out. One, kryptonite. I always ask if I believe this in. I don't know what that says about me. So we're gonna preheat the oven. I'll link the recipe because I know people are gonna ask, and this is not, don't follow this along about how to bake it. That's not what this is for. But yeah, well, that's preheating. I get asked a lot about like how I prep and bake. And that's a fun question. I basically tell people that I will stop making food if my cravings get too high that I would want to eat it. Does that make sense? Like if I was a person that really like had terrible cravings, I would not bake. I want to put that out there. I'm not like, there's no reason to like force yourself to bake if you have bad cravings. Like that's just not what it is. I find that like when I'm baking for other people, I understand that this is not for me, you know, and I'm able to control myself, I guess. Not a bad thing if that's not you. Like it is what it is, you know. I think it's like an over the years kind of thing. I do think I'll get so depleted and so tired that at the end of prep that baking is gonna be like too much for me and I'm gonna stop. But right now it brings me joy. No negativity. I don't feel bad that I can't eat it, and I'm really, like you said, you can see I'm really excited to be able to bake like for my clients and for my friends and for my family. I'll bake some more for Easter this weekend for my family and like things like that. Like I'm feeling not very good and I'm starving, I might not bake as much, but right now I'm kind of chilling. So that's the answer to that question. I will stop once it becomes mentally too much.
Daily Alfie.
We're doing some milk and eggs in here right now.
Look at that masterful cracking.
I know, that actually was a pretty good one. 2 eggs, and then I need my teaspoon. So I'm gonna add vanilla and cookie butter, and then it's going in the oven. Yeah. Okay, and here is it. The final look. Oh my god, it smells amazing. The final look before we add it into the trays. Okay, I put them in the cake pans. We have 3 6-inch. I put a tablespoon of melted Biscoff in there and like mixed it up. I'm so excited. So these are gonna bake for like 30-35 minutes. Parsa's gonna take them out while I lift, and they'll cool for a little bit, and then I'll see you back when we're icing. Okay, this is what they're looking like, guys. This is them out of the oven. I feel like they look really good. They're like kind of swirled. I need to like make the top flat, but Parsa took them out of the oven in the nicest way. I'm scared. I was mean, but like Oh, they look okay. Okay, I'm gonna like level them. I just feel like they look okay. I think they look. I was scared they weren't gonna be like fully cooked. He called me once the timer went off. I mean, it's not his fault obviously, but he called me when the timer went off and was like, they're still runny. And I was like, oh. So I was like, just put a toothpick in it and leave it in for 10 more minutes. If it comes out dry, it's good. You know, kind of vibe. Like if it comes off with just crumbs on it. But he was uncertain if it was done. Yeah, I think they honestly all look really good. They look cooked. That's what matters. But yeah, Aspen looks amazing. I just did an in-person check-in with her. She's 1 day out now. And then I did my workout. I did send my check-in today. I'll give a lot of updates on like another call on like how my check-ins have been going, how hard my protocol is, how much Brandon's killing me. It's a lot. But back to baking. I'm gonna pull this out and we'll ice it, which I'm so excited. This is like the fun part. Basically what we're gonna do, we're gonna level the layers and we're gonna put Biscoff melted butter in between the layers with like a buttercream. But we'll make the buttercream now. Process says it's insane.
It tastes like a Biscoff. Like it's so good.
I tried to flatten them a little bit, and he's trying the extras from like the top of the cake.
Bro, look at the swirl though. Like, it's beautiful. Like
I mean, they're not gonna see that.
This
Maybe when
is
they
hot.
maybe when they cut it, it'll be some swirl.
Like that was the top that she cut off. But like, look at it. It's like beautiful, bro. Oh my god.
He says it tastes amazing.
It tastes like a Biscoff. I swear.
I'm so excited
It's really
about
good.
that. I do think it's slightly underbaked, but it's just a little dense. But I mean, she hasn't had desserts in a long time. I think she'll love it.
I feel like, Aspen, if you're watching this, you're gonna see the flavor and you're gonna be like, oh my god, this tastes like a Biscoff, and you're gonna love it.
She's never had Biscoff, that's why I'm making it.
Well, you're gonna love Biscoff because it's insane.
Okay. It is a long while later. I had a lot to do, but we're making the icing. I put butter in the rest of the first jar of Biscoff butter into the icing, and then I'm putting it in with powdered sugar, and then heavy cream and vanilla extract, and we're making like a buttercream icing. I did run out of, I literally used a whole jar so far of like the Biscoff creamy butter, and
Wow.
used a whole jar so far on this cake. So I added Uber Eats Biscoff first. It's like learning with the option.
No way.
I'm paying like $10 right now, like Biscoff butter right now, just so I have it. Because it has to be done tonight. I have to be at the venue like 6 a.m.
Yeah.
So anyway, I did in fact order another jar so that this could be done this evening. Oopsies. Why are you so surprised, Carsa? I feel like this is Jordan's war.
This is very much on brand, but also like, I'm just shocked at how much cookie butter this one cake needs.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Now you're shocked that I Uber Eats.
No, it's very on brand.
Yeah, it's very on brand for me to Uber Eats something at 10 p.m.
Yeah, it's a Friday night. Uber Eats is definitely operating.
Yeah, no, it said it'll be here in like 30 minutes.
Heck yeah.
So, it's like, so basically we have enough, let me stop this for a second. We have enough cookie butter to do the icing, which is perfect, like the exact amount. So we're gonna do crumb coat the cake, and then while the cake is in the fridge, we'll, with the other cookie butter, we'll, using the cookie butter, the rest of it for like in between the layers and for like the top. So that's like final touches, which we can do last.
Sounds insane. Like, I love that.
I am really, really excited. This is going to be amazing. This has been really fun. I've really been liking this. It smells phenomenal. Y'all aren't ready for this, the finishing touch. Parsi, do you want to try the icing?
Let's do it.
I gotcha.
Whoa.
Your beer. So we're going to go ahead and layer. The icing looks amazing. How's it taste?
Good. Tastes like Biscoff. which is what we're
What
wanting.
we're going for.
That's what we're going
The
for.
funny thing is, we're trying so hard for it to taste like Biscoff. She's never had Biscoff. That's why we're making this. So
It's very Biscoffy, but it's like
very
it's
Biscoff.
good.
Okay, so I know you're supposed to layer the top. I wasn't sure if you're supposed to cut the sides. I always am confused by that part, but.
You know how they say like taste everything that you're baking, that you're doing?
Oh, I can't even layer it actually because you're supposed to put it between layers. I was gonna crumb coat it while I was waiting for it. Ugh, I can't do that. Also, the only thing I asked for my birthday is an apron because that I don't own. Oh my gosh! He's 6 minutes away! Okay,
Whoa.
see you in 6 minutes. We got the goods. Thing about me, I use Uber Eats. You know, when they like started doing groceries, once I realized that I started doing groceries, the delivery fee from like the grocery store over here is like $0 and you just pay to tip them. And I'm like, yeah, I'll pay $3 extra for them to deliver a $6 peanut butter cookie butter, right? Like I'm like, sounds good. I don't want to leave my house. So mainly on prep, people ask me if I save money on prep from not eating out. No. Because I Uber Eats my groceries. Anyways, let's go finish this. Parsa.
Yeah.
So I microwaved the cookie butter thinking like, oh, okay, like I need it all to be microwaved.
Okay.
And I think it's like melted the plastic.
I just wouldn't trust anything that has melted plastic in it.
Okay, maybe that's
I'm
not...
gonna go to Safeway.
I could just Uber Eats it again.
Yeah, but it's another 30 minutes.
It is, yeah.
I'm just gonna go to Safeway.
You sure?
Yeah. I mean, there's really no other option. I'm not gonna give her something that has potentially plastics in it.
That was really stupid of me.
It's okay. You're allowed one prep moment a day.
I feel like I've taken it today. But thank you. Okay, I love you.
Love you.
So back. Okay.
We are so back. Round of applause for Georgia for putting it in a mug this time.
No, round of applause for freaking Parsa driving to go get it. Okay, so we put like a tablespoon or two of Biscoff that's melted down, and then we'll just do a tiny thin layer of Biscoff. Oh my god, dude, this is insane. Okay, a thin layer. You know, if I think it's insane, it's insane. We'll do a thin layer of icing. You know when you're like making it and you're like, this is insane. That
Yeah.
means it's actually insane. And then it wants me to do some, I'm gonna do a little bit thicker because I'm doing it as like a 3-layer cake instead of like a 6. You know, like sometimes you can like cut it in half.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Did you say thick? How many C's in this thick?
This is a, wow, 4-layer thick.
That is pretty thick. Look at that.
Then we're gonna do, sprinkle with 1 tablespoon of, that's a teaspoon, 1 tablespoon of the cookie crumbs.
That's insane. Oh man, look at that.
Parmesan. Put this one on upside down so the top's nice and flat. Boop. I'm at her baking error right now. Okay. Literally, we're gonna do like the thinnest layer. I'm not the best at crumb coating, but
Is it like therapeutic for you?
yes, it's the 99% of the reason why I do this. It's like I'm a very creative person, but like even if I were to like make art, I wouldn't hang my art. Like I think that's a little weird. Like, no, okay, I'm not good enough to hang my own art. That's my better answer. So this gives me something that's like creative, I feel like, but also I can practice it and like it'll still get used. Does that make sense? I definitely don't follow this at home though because I don't know if I do this right. Okay.
Coach Georgia mode ready in the back there.
Dude, yeah. About that. These are all my meals for tomorrow. I have a high day, which even when I like now am preparing for a high day, it feels like so much food, but it's really not.
It's a lot in the moment when you're prepping it. So I guess like
when you prep for a full day, it feels like it, but it's
like psychologically, does making that much food like make it feel better or not really?
also one thing about me, I'll always flip with my hands.
That's crazy. That's like, you know, like the memes they make about like the moms on TikTok, like where they're like moms cooking, like they'll literally use their hands, like put it in like hot oil and stuff like that.
Yeah, I always use my hands. Yeah, anyway, so I'm prepping all my meals for tomorrow. Look at her. That's layer 1.
Layer 1 done.
Isn't that like amazing for us?
Yeah, one more to go.
I'm really excited. So, we're gonna be triple tasking now. Crack this egg in here. I'll probably show all my meals next YouTube video of what I eat today, so I'm not gonna talk about any of that right now, but we're gonna try to do a couple things real quick. I need to do one more layer of icing on the cake, which we'll do really quickly. I'm really excited about that. I feel like she's looking decent over here. I feel like this cake already looks, this is like the best cake I've made so far.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Of course, it's not even literally not decorated at all.
But like, just like the presentation of like the
it's symmetrical. That's the best part about it. Is that it's symmetrical. So, like slightly, it's slightly off, but it's not perfect.
It's not crazy.
My one season of Great British Baking Show has made me realize how important it is to have a straight cake and it not be wiggly.
We're gonna watch like all the seasons, you know that, right?
Yes. Oh, I'm addicted to that show. Anyways, okay. So we're just gonna like, this is our last kind of layer. We're just gonna take our time and put a nice thick, like we'll use all the icing. And we'll do one nice thick layer. We're gonna keep it nice and simple. Then we'll top it with more melted Biscoff. So the whole top will be covered in Biscoff. And a couple of the whole Biscoff cookies on there. Okay guys, look how she's looking. Okay, we have the melted cookie butter on top. I did a rim of cookie butter like crushed, and then I put 2 little cookie butter pieces. But look at her. I even have it, oh, it actually looks really pretty. I even have a cake box for it. And it's gonna close in, yeah. Here's the final POV. Oh, she's gonna love it. Oh. On that note, I am very excited for her show day tomorrow. It is getting kind of late. It's midnight. I have not gone to sleep this late, and I have to be up at like 5 a.m. to do her first check-in. So, love y'all. Tomorrow's gonna be a whirlwind, but I know it's gonna be more than worth it. So, she deserves it. She's worked so hard, and I am just so excited to see her do well. So, cake is beautiful, very happy. I'll link the recipe to do it. I felt like it was pretty easy. Don't try to do chocolate letters on there. We're not professional, and if you do that, use a butter knife. That's a lot dirty.
Hustle hard, baby. Hustle hard.